Ian, a few weeks ago, you were saying, hey, Steelers are going with a veteran quarterback this offseason. I feel like it was your report this weekend that said fucking Mason Rudolph and Dewey Haskins are in play. What the fuck is going on?
Yeah, I would say the way it was explained to me is this. Like, could the Steelers trade for a veteran? I guess anything is possible. And there's been a show, it's kind of like an internet show, but it's also radio, that kind of stoked some of the fires about Aaron Rodgers maybe going to the Steelers, and I think that kind of got people talking. It was your show, Pat. And yeah, it was you guys. And the more calls I made, the more it was like,
Don't be spreading misinformation on this program.
No.
We're just talking about what's going on out there.
Anyway,
We did.
so it seems very un-Steeler-like. I did some research. They have only traded a first-rounder for a player one time, and it actually turned out to be less than one because it was for Minkah Fitzpatrick. Could they do it? Yes. Could the new GM want to go a different way than Kevin Colbert? I guess. But Colbert will be in charge through the draft, so he's going to be the one pulling the strings. So it seems un-Steeler-like to give up everything for some veteran. So the way it was explained to me was it would be Mason Rudolph and Haskins, who Tomlin likes Haskins, and then someone in the draft. And they draft in the 20s, so we'll see who ends up getting there.
Maybe Corral, maybe Kenny Pickett, who's on the other side of the building they know a lot about. Let's talk about those veteran quarterbacks that you're referring to there. Russell Wilson, I didn't see the Manning cast last night. I had passed out by the time he got on, or I might have been back on the broadcast. I'm not 100% sure. I'll watch it back so I know more. He's out of Seattle. Is that he is out of Seattle, and is he definitely on the market now? Is that what everybody's expecting?
He didn't talk about it last night.
He said go Hawks, though, right?
Yeah.
Eli kind of dropped the ball there.
Oh, yeah.
He usually does. Eli usually asks some good questions, but he did not this time.
Whoa.
I was told over the last couple of days that Russell Wilson wants to explore his options.
Yeah.
He's not going to demand a trade. He's not going to ask to be traded. He just wants to see what's out there. Kind of a similar situation to last year where his agent mentioned 4 teams that he wasn't saying he would want to go there, but if he was going somewhere, those would be the teams he'd be okay going to.
Of course.
And I just don't know how willing Seattle is to deal him. My colleague Mike Garafolo reported last week that Seattle plans on keeping him. And, I mean, it's sort of like last year. Like, does Pete Carroll want to start over at 71? Does he want to rebuild at 71? Like, I don't know. I have a hard time seeing that, but we'll see what they end up doing.
And nobody's knowing any information, right? Because the owner isn't telling anybody shit.
Well, that meeting happened, and they basically came out of it with sort of like status quo.
Hey, did you weasel your way in there?
What's that?
Did you weasel your way in there? Are you all in the know in there? Has that happened? Have you cracked
I would say
the
I had
moat?
a couple sources. I wasn't physically there, but I was there in spirit.
Oh, you feel good about it. Because what was that, like a week or two ago?
Yeah.
Nobody knows anything about Jody Allen, I believe.
right.
Jody Allen has this thing.
She doesn't talk.
To anybody. Hey, media, I don't care if you know or don't know what we're going to do. Now you're saying you cracked the code, huh? You got in there, you started punching some stuff in. You put the bridge over top of the moat. You got within the castle of the Jody. You feel good about your reporting now at Seattle? We should trust this? And does anybody else have any information other than you?
I would say the little pieces of information are kind of sliding their way out of there. I do appreciate the visual of the bricks over the moat because that took me back, but that was, I thought that was a nice job there. No, I got morsels, but, I would say similar to last season, we are not going to stop talking about Russell Wilson until he says, I'm definitely back there, go Hawks. He did say go Hawks last night, but he didn't say I'm definitely back, so we'll see what ends up happening.
I love the media actually listens to the end of that interview. He said go Hawks. Okay. I mean, just put on Instagram, light at the end of the tunnel. Was that Team 3's social department or was that actually Russell? You have to guess where all this information's coming from.